Colt, obviously against Dallas, you struggled in the first half and had a really good, strong second half in overtime. Did it kind of feel like the same thing in some ways to you, that it took you a while to kind of get comfortable and settle down?
Yeah, no, I think it just took our offense a while to get going. We just didn't capitalize on some of the turnovers that the defense gave us. We only came out with 3 points, and we have to do a much better job of that. And a lot of that's on me, so I definitely take responsibility for that. I thought the plays were called well, and we just didn't execute. It took us a while to get going. I felt like once we got going, we were still in the game in the third quarter, and we just did a few small things wrong that cost us this game.
A couple fourth downs, obviously, in the second half. You mentioned those were big. Did you feel like if you got those that the game was potentially there for the taking?
Yeah, I really did, and I'm not sure what happened on the 4th and 1 from around midfield. Somehow our protection broke down backside, but we had what we wanted, and those are the plays that you just scratch your head because you're like, man, we practice this, we know this, and we just don't execute it. So those are the tough ones, but hats off to Indianapolis. I thought they did a great job defensively as far as their blitz packages. They hit home. They had, took a couple sacks when guys were covered, and I've got to do a better job there too, and we'll work on that and clean it up.
Colt, there was a play where it seemed like you shed 3 tackles or got out of it and then hit Logan Paulson in the end zone for the score. Could you just describe your decision making or reflexes? I don't know which it was, that took you to that point.
Yeah. Well, as a quarterback, you understand that it's your responsibility not to take a sack on a naked or a keeper when you're out of the pocket. And so I knew I didn't want to take a sack. They had both of my first reads covered, so I really didn't have anybody open. So I tried to make one guy miss, and then one guy became 3 guys, and I knew I couldn't take a sack. So the smart play probably would have been to throw it away. But at that point in the game, we needed a touchdown. We needed a spark. We needed something, and we found a way, and I'm happy that Logan scored.
You mentioned that guys were covered. You had a couple times where you were in the pocket for a while. You took a couple big hits today. Was that a product of guys being covered? What was it that kind of contributed to those?
Well, I felt like we had our protection set right, and I'll watch the tape, and I think offensively we'll all clean it up. I don't like taking sacks. I don't want to do it. So maybe I've got to get better in the pocket. I think for the most part we held up pretty well. But at the same time, I think as a unit, I felt like I was sending the protections the right way to give us a chance to get the ball downfield, and it busted a couple times. So I think just all of us have a lot to clean up, and throughout the game you're gonna get sacked. I think we were 3rd and long most of the first half, and that's just tough sledding when you're trying to get back into the game. You're down by a couple touchdowns. The defense can pin their ears back and come after you, and I think there's a lot of room for improvement for us. Whether it's O-line, quarterback, running back, we've got to figure that out.
Colt, Robert is taken out of that role this week. You hop in. Did you feel any additional pressure because now that you've got this chance again, and given the fact that he's slid these last couple of games, did you feel any additional pressure to go in there and try to right the ship, maybe do too much here?
Well, I certainly tried not to. I think I mentioned in my press conference earlier in the week, just wanted to continue to approach the game the way that I've been approaching it all year, and kind of stay in my 3-foot world and really know my responsibility and my job, and go out there and try to give this team some life, give us a spark. And I thought at times we did that, but I also felt like we were just playing catch-up the whole game, and that's a hard game to play, especially when you're going against the number 1 offense in the league. So, I'll take a lot of the blame. I really will. I've got to be better in the pocket. There's some things I can do better, especially early in the game. But it's a team sport, and I think we all have a lot to clean up. And we'll just, as best we can, put this behind us and move forward. And the most important thing is to win. We didn't get that done today.
We'll take a few more. Yeah, Colt. things got much better for you after maybe the first 20 minutes of the game. Anything in particular you were doing better in picking up coverages, any kind of plays you were calling? And if you could go through the sack fumble, did you have any prayer, or did you even know the guy was coming?
Yeah, I knew the guy. I knew the. You're talking about the fourth down sack. Yeah, yeah. We study hard on their 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 coverages, their fronts, what they do. I think we just missed the pickup.
I mean, after the pickup was missed, did you have any sense he was coming? Did anybody yell, or, in other words, anyway the fumble could have been avoided, or was it you're just dead?
Oh well, I wish I had eyes in the back of my head. Yeah, if we can convert on simple plays like that, everybody on the same page, that's when we'll start becoming a good offense. Right now, we just have a lot to clean up.
Going back to you brought up how that's an explosive offense on the other side. So when you don't convert on those opportunities early, does it put a different level of pressure, stress on the offense to be perfect because you know that team eventually is going to get points?
Yeah, definitely. We knew coming into this game that they have the ability to light up the scoreboard, and they did. But for us as an offense, when we get turnovers like that early in the game, we've got to be able to get more than a couple field goals. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. Their defense made some nice stops on us, and we just kind of got going a little bit too late.
Cole,
but then again, I felt like we were still in the game in the third quarter. We can make a few plays there on the 4th and 1, or get a touchdown on the 4th and 1 when we were down on the goal line. You never know what happens after that.
Sorry for interrupting. You look back at these last 3 games that Robert played. Was there anything from those games, lessons that you took out of that, things that he did that maybe you thought, okay, these are areas of concern here. Maybe I can do this way? No,
I just continued to approach the game the same way, and I really try to go out and execute, what Jay and Sean call, and distribute the football as best I can. Don't turn the ball over, and we put up some points today, but it just wasn't enough.
A couple of the receivers in the locker room just said that they were giving almost extra effort for you today, knowing that it's been a while since you've been back in there. Did you feel that? Did you see that? Do you feel like your receivers were giving that extra effort for you?
Well, I thought the guys did a great job. I thought Jordan came back and played really well. I thought Pierre was running solid routes. Deshaun, Andre. We have guys who can make plays, and it's my job to get them the football. And I know we threw for a lot of yards today, but we were playing catch up the whole game. So we just got to go back to the drawing board, understand that we're 3-9, but we still have a lot to play for. We have unity. We have good guys in that locker room. We have good coaches, and we know this isn't how the season has. This isn't how we drew it up. But we all have a lot of pride, and certainly in that receivers group, there's a lot of pride. So, I can be better, and I think we all can be better, and we just have to continue to grind, continue to improve, and the most important thing is to find a way to get a win. And we're going back home this week, so. I'll put my best foot forward and keep going.
Thanks, Colt.
All right.